I just want to make this video for coaches that are struggling to pick the right niche. I talk to coaches every day. We've got about almost 500 coaches in our free community, about 50 coaches in our paid community, then another 40 coaches that work with us on a one-to-one level. So all in all, we're in contact with over 600 coaches, yeah, or 700 coaches. And the thing about this whole niche thing, it gets a little bit confusing for a lot of people. Now, the truth is that you are your niche. That's kind of how I like to see it. Like, you are your niche because you know yourself best and you've gone through your own journey, your own transformation, and you could probably coach a version of yourself maybe 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. So you are your niche. But, you know, obviously in some cases, you're not your niche, right? Like, there's men that coach women on how to grow their glutes. There's women that coach men. Like, there's a lot of people where you're not your niche. So first things first, think about who you enjoy coaching the most. That's one aspect. Think about who you actually get the best results for. That's another aspect. And then think about who you resonate with. That's another aspect. Using those three aspects, there's one more that I think all of us get kind of, and we kind of get a little bit like, oh, I can't really do that, but affordability. Here's an example. I made a program for like athletes, and I was getting on calls with like 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, and they can't afford high ticket one-to-one coaching. So I don't need to be getting on calls with those people. What I should have done was, this is what I did. I basically made a program for retired athletes who still want to stay in shape. And that was my whole angle, which meant that I was working with people that have actually been at high levels and been somewhere in their life. Maybe they're working a busy job now, but they've got money. And that was the only factor that I cared about. Obviously, I cared about the people, but that was a very important factor, because if you're marketing to broke people, they're not going to buy your stuff. Not because they don't want to, because they literally can't do it. So when you pick your niche, you need to think of the three things I mentioned, but then you do need to add in the affordability aspect. That's why so many coaches make up this thing of, oh, I coach busy professionals. No, you don't. Everyone's busy. My mom's busy. My dad's busy. My granddad's busy. My grandmother's busy. And they're all different ages, all different type of people. So that's not a niche, right? Busy. But really what people are trying to say is, I want to coach people that have money. That's what you're trying to say. So you don't do that through your headline of I coach busy. You do that through your content and talking about specific problems that people that are making money face. Okay. So you do need to think about the affordability of your niche, because that's why I moved away from coaching athletes. The affordability just isn't there. Now, one thing you can do is a little bit of market research, and then you'll be able to see, is your niche going to have the affordability? Are they going to be in the salary bracket to be able to afford a program that costs £200 or £300 a month, or within that range? Because you got to think about all the things that people have to pay for, mortgage, bills, all that kind of stuff. What happens at the end of a month that they can afford to even invest £250 or £300 in a coaching program? Maybe they can't. Some people can't. Well, a lot of people can't. And well, actually, a lot of people can. So you have to kind of assess all of that. And that's really what's going to help you with your niche, because it's not about, oh, you know, if it's a busy professional or I help mums that are 30 plus. It's not even always about that. It's also about the problem you solve. Because if you solve a very big problem or a very high value problem, you can charge more, and the right people that really want to get it fixed will pay for it. And that's really important. For example, you know, if my program was like, I help dads suffering with low testosterone, or I help dads that are suffering with low testosterone regain their confidence, build back their T, and lose their dad bods in 90 days. No drugs, no steroids included, right? So I'm solving a very big problem, man. Guys with low T and their dads. So they're going to pay more for my service if I can prove that it works. And that's really the key factor here. So you've got to think about solving a very big problem as well as a demographic. And I would say you should be aiming for a demographic that's probably over the age of 25, because anything lower, they probably can't afford your thing. And that's just what it is. It is what it is. That's really it. So that's a niche training. Very simple. Bit of a raw video today, but always valuable.